Bridges Cup is the premier mid-amateur golf tournament, bringing together elite players from around the world for an annual Ryder Cup-style competition at world-class golf courses.
The journey began at Nine Bridges in South Korea, continued at Les Bordes in France, Team USA victorious in both those matches, and now we are at the magnificent Haesley Golf Club in South Korea, who is hosting the third thrilling edition. Haesley Golf Club, one of the most exclusive courses in the world, is a very strategic layout. You can take risks off the tee, the players will hit some great shots, but who will recover from the mistakes? The format remains classic team match play, 4 balls, foursomes, and finally singles matches.
So 4-ball, is very different than foursomes, and I would say that if I had to adjust anything, it all comes down to putting, right? I think I drive the ball pretty straight, and that's a strength for me, and it's going to come down to who makes the most putts, as most of these events do.
What a two! What a two! Wow!
From Ireland, we're not used to playing in these types of grasses out here, so slightly different chipping techniques. Certainly on the greens as well, it's a bit different, so we just have to turn up and try to play good golf.
I've seen the tournament evolve just with the experience and the talent of players.
I think it would be hard for anyone to look at the roster of players we have on both teams this year and not be impressed by the quality of the field.
The course is ready. How about the teams? Let's head to the first tee for the opening match on day 1, and it's 4 balls.
This is match number 1. The United States has the honor. Play well, gentlemen.
First match, first session, and for Team USA, Andrew Medley and Taylor Wood against Lucas Michel and Jacob Austin for the internationals. The steadiness of Jacob Austin won this match 3-2 for the internationals, but it was the only shining light as Team USA responded with a vengeance. Team USA's Morden Lance defeated Gill and Ettridge 2-1. Shimp and Strickland put more red on the board, defeating Bolton and Kay 5-4. McGarity and Anderson took down Nolte and Foley 2-1. And Kittleson and Stoltz beat Carrick and Loveday 3-2. In the last match, Delaney and Tomasolo finished off Bale and McLean 5-4 to dominate the first session 5-1. How will Simon Holt and the international team respond? Changes in the pairings by the international team brought together Foley and McLean and Carrick and Bale for the first time, led out once again by Michel and Austin. The internationals in session 2 get off to the dream start, the start they needed, taking 2 of the first 3 matches. On to the final match, and this was a pivotal one. We've got Drew Kittleson and Drew Stoltz up against Angus Carrick and Jonathan Bale. Jonathan Bale, great speed through the ball there. Lovely splash shot. That was set up a birdie. How about this? Angus Carrick, straight at it from 250. Look at the faces of Team USA. They cannot believe that this session is getting away from them. But it was absolutely fantastic. Spot on. 1 up, 1 to play against Kittleson and Stoltz. Beautiful tee shot into pole position there. Kittleson, driver off the deck, just so good. Some player, but it was not going to be enough. Angus Carrick, riding the wave of a superb iron shot on 17, follows it up with something even better. That's 2 feet. And for Team International, something finally to smile about. Look at what it means to them. Momentum was shifted. So at the end of day 1, with Americans leading 5-1 after the morning session, it is now 6-4, and the internationals must feel as though they're back in the competition. The second 4-ball session painted a much different picture than the first time around. Austin and Michel out first again, and they were superb, defeating Delaney and Medley 2-1. Foley and McLean kept the momentum going for the internationals against Shimp and Strickland 5-3. Maud and Lance got their point for Team USA with a 5-4 victory over Gill and Ettridge. Wood and Tomasolo added a point to the board, defeating Bolton and Coughlin 2-1. Hoyt McGarity was superb in his partnership with Scott Anderson, and they defeated Loveday and Nolte 4-3. Both Carrick and Bale played beautifully to beat Kittleson and Stoltz 2-1 for the second time in a huge win for the internationals. The third session was tied at 3 apiece, but Team USA still lead by those 2 points at 9-7. Session 4 would be 4 foursomes matches. Wood and Anderson would win convincingly 7-6 to secure a point for Team USA. The Irish duo of Foley and McLean team up again and defeat Kittleson and Delaney in a surprising loss for Team USA. The session would be halted by darkness with 2 matches out on the course. Shimp and Stoltz would win a point on 18 the next morning, but Michelle and Austin would win their match again on 18 to tie the session, and they would go 4-0 to be undefeated. So we go into the 12 singles matches 11-9, with the US still holding on to that 2-point advantage. Session 5 is 12 singles matches, and the US need 5 points to retain the Bridges Cup and 5.5 to win outright. International captain Simon Holt front-loaded his top order, and the decision paid off. McLean, Foley and Michelle all winning to erase the deficit. Drew Kittleson would hand Jacob Austin his first loss of the week, and now we come to match 5 of 12, Hoyt McGarity against Harry Bolton. Hoyt taking dead aim at the par 5. He would draw his match back to 1 down with 1 to play. Harry Bolton can only find the front of the green. Hoyt needs a birdie, takes dead aim. It's absolutely on the line. Just releases 25 feet past there. Bolton keeping it on the ground from just short of the green. The line is good, but as you can see, 20 feet past, so all down to putting. Hoyt must make this, and he just leaves it short, and now he gives Harry Bolton 20 feet for the win and the point. A precious point to the internationals, and the dream of a comeback victory is very much on. The match between DJ, Lance and James Gill. This match is tied going down 18. DJ, having taken a penalty drop, plays his 4th shot to 18. He'll have to make that putt, but it just stays high. A dramatic finish, but the internationals pick up another crucial point as they seek their first victory in the Bridges Cup. Henry Shimp against Colin Loveday in this singles match, and again it goes down to 18 with a come-from-behind victory to Team USA as Colin Loveday just misses this putt. Crucial point for Team USA and their hopes of a third victory. We join the final match as they head down 18. Angus Carrick against Joe Delaney. The current status is that the US have retained the Bridges Cup, but Angus Carrick has this birdie putt on 18 to force Delaney to make his for the outright victory. Just on the left edge, but it slides past, and Delaney, who gets a great look, maybe inside left, and it drops, and for the third time, Team USA win the Bridges Cup in a very close run competition. Smiles of relief. There it is, the red, white and blue. Stars and stripes, champagne in the air. Ultimately, Session 1 and Session 2 were the pivotal moments in the competition. The 5-1 victory, and then the internationals coming back with a great bounce-back performance. Nevertheless, always those 2 points behind. They couldn't quite close that gap. It just came down to a few millimetres on the last hole. So from this third Bridges Cup from Haesley in South Korea, congratulations to Team USA for their victory and to the internationals for such an inspiring fight to the end. Our thanks to our host CJ, and hope you will join us again for the next edition.